how are you doing today? I am doing well. This is another one of my horror movie collection upgrade videos. And, I was doing shelf by shelf and showing you each individual movie and telling you a story about it that had to do with my personal experiences through life. But I was getting a few complaints here and there that my videos were too long. And you know what? I agree. They were too long. They would take it too long to edit. So I have cut my upgrade horror collection in half so I can still talk to you about them, because movies are memories, and that's what this channel is all about. It's about my memories with movies and getting some interaction with you guys where you can talk to me about your memories, and maybe I can trigger some childhood stuff that you guys didn't remember. I saw that movie when I was like 7 or 8. I didn't know what the title was. I'm glad you showed it. I get a lot of those, and I appreciate that, and I'm glad I could help you choose a movie to watch or find the movie that you couldn't remember. That's what I'm all about on this channel. So if you do like what you see, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and we shall continue on with my horror movie collection. I believe this is like shelf 1, 2, 3, 4, like shelf 5, probably shelf 5. I'm going to call this part 1, but it's going to go on and on because I'm going to go so many. We can talk about them, and we'll see what you think about that. So with that said, first movie on the shelf is Happy Death Day. Newer horror movie. Really enjoyed it. My kids kind of turned me on to it. Like, you gotta watch Happy Death Day. I put it on, and to be honest with you, it was enjoyable, but it wasn't very memorable. Okay, so I was like, it's all right, but I'm kind of old school Freddy, Michael Myers, Chucky kind of stuff, and this was a little bit, I don't know, enjoyable but slow. And then they released Happy Death Day 2, which was another one, kind of just went into the other one. They went together, and this one was okay too. It was worth a watch for a newer movie, and the franchise so far has been watchable. All right, next movie I have in my collection is a movie called Chopping Mall. Very, very basic. It's about a mall, and these killer robots are circling the mall and killing people. That's what's all about. It's a Vestron video, tons of extra footage. I had no idea what this was going into it, and I'm not going to give you guys a lot so you guys can enjoy it also. And like I said, I'm trying to keep this video flowing, so I'm gonna go a little quicker than I normally do. But please comment below if you have ever seen Chopping Mall, or this is something that you grew to love as a child or as an adult. But just the title alone was definitely worth a buy. Next movie, Don't Breathe. This was really good, and the sequel's coming out soon. Looking forward to that. Kids break into a house. They're going to rob this guy, not knowing that this guy that's in the house is, not only is he blind, but he's psychotic, and he's going to get these kids, he can sniff them out. He got that hearing thing going on because he's blind. He's got that exceptional hearing. Plus, he's like an ex-vet or whatever, and that don't take nothing from nobody. And hey, the kids broke into his house. He was already up to no good to begin with. Why they gotta break into his house and try it? The kids had it coming. That's all I gotta say. This guy's sick in the head as it was. Those kids in the movie, whatever happened to them, it happens to them. They got it coming. They got it coming. They got it coming. And that's what I gotta say about that. All right. Knock Knock. Knock Knock. This was actually an enjoyable watch, starring Keanu Reeves. I like everything Keanu Reeves, so I was okay with this. Very graphic, not for the kids. This guy's wife, I think if I remember correctly, his wife leaves. These two girls show up. All kinds of crazy stuff happens, and they pretty much they're kind of blackmailing him, and not only blackmailing him, but they're doing a job on him. Okay, so this was a little tough. It was a good movie, but some at certain parts a little tough watch, and it's definitely not something that you want to watch with the kids. Knock Knock. Okay, now this franchise is something that is on, I believe it made the grotesque movie list, okay, and some of these are better than others. I had to collect them all because I'm a completist, and I heard about these things years ago, and they were, and this was like when I was younger, so I didn't pick them up at the time. But I'm like, as I'm getting older, I'm like, I got to see these because I'm a horror fan, and it's got to add to my horror collection. And this is the I Spit on Your Grave collection. Okay, so we start off with the first I Spit on Your Grave, and if you don't know what I Spit on Your Grave is, it's about this girl. she ends up getting attacked by these men. She gets beat up, she gets raped, all kinds of stuff happens, and then she flips the script on them and kills these people in grotesque, well-deserved ways. That's what I gotta say about that. Well-deserved. So I'll tell you right now, if you are a sick individual and what happened to this poor girl and she flips around on you and you got it coming. That's what I gotta say about that. You got it coming. And I Spit on Your Grave is exactly what it is. It's a vengeance movie. But this is definitely not for the children. Matter of fact, I think this was banned in so many countries or whatever when it first came out. That might have been just some kind of PR stunt. But this is the original 1978 director's cut. And this is a really good movie. Now, this is part one. And then they released actually, make sure I got this right. Yes. This is the remake, I Spit on Your Grave. This is the one that came out in the 90s, which to me was still decent. And then they released I Spit on Your Grave 2, still in the same stories. You know, the girl gets attacked, girl comes back, and vengeance on the guys and gals that put her through whatever they put her through. But it's well-deserved and very well thought. I gotta say, to me, this is like the Home Alone of horror movies. That's what it reminds me of. It's like you did something, now I'm gonna come up with these cool, outrageous ways to do you in because you had it coming. So, I Spit on Your Grave, the remake, part 2. And then we got I Spit on Your Grave, Vengeance is Mine, which is the part 3, if I remember correctly. And then they released this one, which this one, I gotta say, if you are a fan of the franchise, then you have to own it. But if you're not a big fan of the franchise, this one is probably a pass. But this one is I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu. And for some reason, this was like a burn-on-demand type Blu-ray. It didn't go as mainstream as the rest. This one never got like a theatrical type, thing. But it went straight to a Blu-ray. And for some reason, went straight to like a burn-on-demand. So if you want to buy this, I mean, they're 100% legit. But as you can see, they're kind of the burn-on-demand type discs. But they're 100% legit. But if you buy them on Amazon, you buy them on eBay, they're the same size. I mean, they got a barcode. The barcode works. They're not fake. But right away when I got it, I'm like, this is fake. But it's not fake. It's just, I guess, the call for this movie is not that big. So they turned it into a burn-on-demand. Now, next one is this franchise. And I don't know if I'm going to get this right. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I'm going to do them in a kind of a rough order here. The Predator franchise. This one is a Blu-ray set of Predator, Predator 2, and Predators. If you don't know what Predator is by now, you probably should. A Predator is an alien, comes from outer space, and he's a hunter. He's hunting men, people. He's a people hunter. I guess back in the day, he was an alien hunter, like from the franchise Aliens, when they kind of mashed it all up and mixed it all up, which I'll kind of get into that as we go through this thing. But that's pretty much what Alien's about. Alien gets sent down to Earth. People are seen by the aliens. He's got this cool sonar, red heat type vision thing or whatever, where he can see your blood pumping and everything, like, so you can't really hide from him. Shoots these lasers at you, and he's pretty gnarly. It's good. Yeah, I used the word gnarly. I've been dying to use the word gnarly in a sentence for like months now, because nobody even says that anymore. Yeah, he's pretty rough. So, Predator collection, and then we have the Predator, which is another going on with the Predators, and then we have. Let me see if I do this right. Alien versus Predator, which this one I thought was real. I'm not big when they mash up the two franchises and they try to, but this one kind of made sense. I mean, supposedly the story is the aliens have been hunting the Predators have been hunting the aliens all this time. The aliens are more like I would say as opposed to humans and animals. Predators would hunt aliens and keep them at their heads as trophies and this, that, and the other thing. So, this one was really well done. They kind of all gathered together. They found this pyramid type thing, which was created by the aliens, and it's good. And then they released this one, Alien vs. Predator Requiem, if I'm saying that right. The only problem I had with this one was it's very dark. It's a dark Predator movie, so I had a little bit of a hard time with it. The storyline was great, but it kind of opens up in the woods, and there's stuff going on with this hunting crew in the woods, and it's kind of it's a little bit dark. All right. Then we have, okay, this one, I don't remember either one of them. Haven't seen these in years. It is, okay, Morons from Outer Space and Alien from LA. It's a double pack. It was put together by MGM. It's part of the movie Midnight Collection. And I pretty much just bought it because I was buying Midnight Movie Collection movies. And I figured these would be okay. But I don't remember either one. I don't even think I've watched either one. I'm guessing they're horror comedies, harmonies, movies. Not 100% sure. Then we have The Last Exorcism. I have issues, I've said this in the past, with possession movies, exorcism movies, cult movies. Don't really remember this, but the way I feel about this, I've seen The Exorcist, enjoyed The Exorcist, but most exorcism movies are pretty much the same. I've never seen a different type of exorcism movies. Like, it's always the same. The girl, you know, the possessed. It's usually a girl, by the way. I don't understand why it can't be a guy, but it's usually a girl possessed, and you know, they do this back-breaking thing, and they head spin around, and I don't know. So I never updated it. Never upgraded to Blu-ray because DVD was good enough for The Last Exorcism. But I guess The Last Exorcism wasn't exactly The Last Exorcism, because then they released The Last Exorcism Part 2. And look, the girl's doing exactly what I said that exorcist girls do. Kind of back contortion type things. Then we have The Devil Inside, which, once again, if you look on the back, it's an exorcism movie. There's a devil inside, and the girl's gonna be screaming, and there's guaranteed there's gonna be a priest somewhere involved with this exorcism, because there always is. And maybe I don't enjoy these movies because these aren't the type of movies I would ever want to be in. I don't think I'd ever want to be possessed by anything. You know, I don't think it would be the highlight of my life. So I kind of stay away from immersing myself in exorcism or cult movies. I don't want to be in a cult, and I don't want to be possessed. You know, that's a couple of my goals in life. So maybe that's why I don't know. I don't really get into it. All right. This one is called The Lovely Bones. The Lovely Bones is a drama horror. What do I call that? Drama? It's a drama horror. You know, it's about this girl, this creepy guy stalking her. He kidnaps her and he kills her. That happens right at the beginning of the movie, so I'm not really giving anything away. This is actually a very well done movie. Really, really good. I've watched it more than once. I believe it stars Mark Wahlberg. Is Mark Wahlberg in this? Is this the one that has Mark Wahlberg in it? Or am I wrong here? Okay. Yes, it is. Okay, so yeah, so his daughter gets abducted, gets killed. Her ghost comes back and is giving her clues to find the killer. So it's a thriller. It's a horror. It's got a lot going on with it. It's a really good movie. I do have to upgrade this to Blu-ray though. I think eventually. I think it's worth it. That's how good it is. This one is really good. This is one of the new horror movies, direct to DVD, direct to Blu-ray. Picked it up. I wasn't really sure what I was looking for. I wasn't really sure what it was, but it's a movie called The Final Girls, and this is actually another horror comedy type thing. It's a comedic spoof on Final Girls, like all the Scream Queens and everything like that. But it's a good story. It's rated PG-13, so this is one that you could probably watch with the family. I think I've watched it with the family numerous times. This is a really good movie. So if you could find The Final Girls, I don't want to give too much information because it's probably better that you go into it a little bit blind. But yeah, they call this hilarious, so obviously it's not 100% horror. But if you have not seen it, this is a must-see. This one will actually keep you going. It's very it's got a couple of characters in it that you're gonna laugh. You're gonna like it. To me, it kind of it reminds me of that commercial there with the "Let's hide behind the chainsaws." I believe it even has some of the same people in it from that commercial. So this is definitely a pickup. The Mangler, starring Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger. I have not watched this yet. It's still factory sealed. Have not even watched it yet. So I cannot give you any advice on The Mangler. Maybe you can give me some advice. Hey, pop it open, watch it. What's wrong with you? You've been sitting with that in your collection for how long? Mangler's a great movie. You got to see The Mangler. Robert Englund's amazing in it. Whatever. Comment below. Tell me if I should be watching these things. Hey, sometimes I don't make good calls. Sometimes I sit there for hours in front of my walls of movies in the library, and I'm like, what should I watch? I'm trying to think of a genre. I'm trying to think of what movie to watch. And I always go back to my old movies. I always grab an old movie, and I'll stand in front of a horror movie for 2 hours, and I'll just grab Silver Bullet, and I'll just watch Silver Bullet again. So tell me if it's good. Tell me if it's not. Another movie called Darkness Falls. This is another one that I do not remember. Is this a Stephen King movie? I'm feeling Stephen King, but then again, I might be wrong. Will it say it on the back? No, 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 no. No, it doesn't. So I don't know. I was feeling Stephen King. Probably not. If it is, comment below. If it's not, then whatever. Don't know anything about it. Darkness Falls. That's why I didn't upgrade it. Johnny Depp in A Secret Window. Another one that I have not seen in years. I'm assuming it's about this guy that's probably not supposed to be looking out the window. Or maybe somebody's looking at the window at him. I don't remember, but I know these movies, A Secret Window, or these with a you know, where they have like the neighbors watching the other neighbors. It never ends good. You know, it never ends good. Fido. Okay, this is another one of those horror comedy type things. As I remember correctly, the guy's dead and he comes back as a zombie, but they all kind of love him as a zombie, and it's kind of a comedic take on the zombie franchises, I guess. Yeah, it says madly funny. But for some reason I keep this in the horror collection because I guess it's because it's zombie related. But don't remember Fido that well. Now we're coming to the end. Like I said, this is a short video because I want to keep this low so that people can enjoy it. I know I talk a lot because I want you guys to understand what I have seen and what I haven't seen, and I'm trying to start a little bit of interaction here because it's fun when you guys comment on things and help me along the way. Except when you guys advise me to watch movies that, there's been a couple of advisory movies like, hey, why don't you watch, a Serbian movie, or Salo, or what was the other one? There was one other one, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take your challenge, or whatever. And then I end up putting them in and watching them, and I'm like, why'd you do that to me? What did I do to you? Why? To force me to go out and purchase these things, number one, and then force me to watch these things, and so I can react to them, whatever. Those, you guys, you might enjoy them, but a little rough here. All right. This is the end of this video and the end of this is a franchise. First one is Silent Night, Deadly Night, and this was a Scream Factory release. I really enjoyed this one. This is a good, is it an 80s, 70s? I'm going to call it theatrical trailer. 1984. This is an 80s horror. I would love to say horror comedy, but I think this was supposed to be straight up horror. But it's about this guy that's sees Santa Claus doing something he's not supposed to do, and is traumatized for life, and then he's forced to dress up like Santa Claus for a job, and he has some kind of weird killing spree thing going on because it triggers something in him. And that is part one. And then the rest of them kind of go the same way. We have Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, which is also Scream Factory released. Tons of extra features. And then I wanted to finish off the franchise, so of course I went and picked up this thing. This was the only way that I could get the other ones. And I wanted, the reason why I started collecting this franchise, because Bill Moseley, well, I'm a big fan of Bill Moseley, Chop Top from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and wow, drawing a blank. House of a Thousand Corpses. He plays Otis. There you go. Woo. Big fan of Bill Moseley, and he is in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3. So I was like, okay, well, the only way you can get Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3 is in this collection here, which you get Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3, Part 4, and Part 5, The Toy Maker. And it is not available, as far as I know, yet on Blu-ray. So that was the only way I can get this to complete the franchise and to kind of complete my Bill Moseley collection, because I am collecting Bill Moseley films. Sig Haig is the other guy that I collect, the other guy from House of a Thousand Corpses. He did a Night of the Living Dead 3D, you know, and I had to get all the stuff from him too. But this completed my, well, it helped to build my Bill Moseley collection, and also finished my Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise. So I know this one was a little short. I hope it was a little bit easier for you guys to take in. Like I said, you know, I got these suggestions in, you know, why don't you do shelf by shelf and just show us the shelf? And the way my shelves are set up, it's like the shelf goes to the ceiling, and there's no way for me to hold a camera and stand on a stool and pull the discs. It's just an odd setup I have. There's so many movies that they have to go up to the ceiling. Unfortunately, my horror movie selection is higher up because That's the way I have it set up, and that's the way it's been for years. So if you like what you saw, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I do these videos a lot, usually at least once every other week. I try to do a horror movie collection because I know I get a lot of likes from the horror movie collections. People like horror movies. I really enjoy horror, and I know you guys too. I can tell by the views. So please do me a favor. Hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you later.